Hello everybody, this is Stefan Frostrider, also known as Mario Kart Sonic Riders on the Wizard101 Central website. So recently today I saw a post by, I believe their name was Alison Deathweilder. It was basically a challenge where it's kind of what I was doing with Savannah, as you can see there, but except except a little bit different. The only spells that one can get are ones that they get through, basically going through the actual main storyline. So I'm just gonna start things up by talking here.
The spell is working.
What it basically is you go through the main storyline, and the only spells that you can use, aside from the spell that you get at the beginning, are the spells that you get in the main storyline. Like, say if I chose Storm, and I chose Marley, I want to be able to use Wild Bolt.
To save Wizard City.
But the highest damaging spell that I would actually be able to get, naturally through my teacher, is,
a very, very distant realm.
That's as highest I can get until I defeat Dragonspire. This is a test run,
Perhaps
pretty much,
we should consult the Book of Secrets.
Headmaster
of me going through and finding out which wizard
Answer these questions to find out what type of wizard you are.
Basically, it's a way for me to find out if I can actually do this sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is pick my favorite school. It's not the strongest, but it has the most life and it has the most resist. I have to
My vision is failing me.
Keep the
Are you
tab open.
a boy or a girl?
Yeah, I'm definitely a boy.
But now that we know what you are, what do you look like?
Okay, that's good. Get the fire eyes for an ice wizard.
Good.
That actually looks really good for me.
All right then. What is your
let's
name?
see, where's the post? I have to just keep it open, and I have to bookmark it too. So sorry about this little thing. Going from my typical name that I have been starting to pick quite a bit, which is Frostrider. Go up, let's go down. Where is it? There's then Corwin. I'm gonna go to David Digby Dolan. Anyways, let me just open up the, where is it? There it is. Hardcore challenge, insanely difficult, and yes, I was correct in the name. Bookmark. Let's see, let me just read off the rules so we can do it all. I have to skip the tutorial because that's technically an outside experience point. So, you can't do any optional content, which means Colossus Boulevard, Sunken City, Darkmoor, Waterworks, anything that is not in the main storyline that I can't do for questing.
Welcome to Wizard City, young wizard. I've an idea. Perhaps, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, you might take a look.
No henchmen.
You may be able...
The headmaster hands you a letter with an orange...
Please deliver this letter to Private Stilson at the Unicorn Way Gate. He will let you through.
No PvP gear.
I've just been given a tutorial
No
tip.
pets.
These are portraits that give you
The
timely
only mouse
information
that I
when you
could
click
use,
on them.
if I'm reading this correctly, is that I can use non-stat mounts, which means I can use everything except the Crystal Unicorn in the Battle Normal. But I cannot use any spell quests from my teacher. Oh, they just automatically give you that. I wish I had known that for all the other wizards, because that's a really tedious thing to go through.
None shall pass. Unicorn Way is off limits. There are ghosts
so
everywhere.
after that, there is, okay, just wanted to double check the thing.
You show Private
4
Stilson
lives.
a letter
I
with
have 4
Headmaster
lives.
Ambrose's wax seal.
There's a caveat to this, though.
Looks legit. I'll let you pass.
There's no
Show this to
research.
Private Conley in Unicorn Way.
I can, at least if I'm reading it, I'm probably exploiting this a little bit because I'm reading really into it. I'm doing it exactly the way it's saying I should.
Ha! A
Or
letter
word
from
for
the
word, rather than
headmaster.
doing it word
You're
for the
very
actual
brave to
reading.
bring this to me. Be careful going farther
So
down
basically what I have to do
Unicorn
is I have to
Way. The
farm
street is
everything.
dangerous. I've seen wizards like
I
you
can
go
do
down that way
grinding
and
to level
never
myself
come back.
further.
Beware.
but any quest outside of normal quests. So I'm not going to be getting waterworks gear on this wizard. In fact, that's actually longer than I'm going to plan on starting a new set.
Your arrival is a blessing. We need help fending off the ghosts in Unicorn Way. Some dark forces. We would be honored if you would
I can't get gear on other wizards.
Chase lost souls away
it doesn't
for us.
seem like there's a restriction on me buying the gear on this. It doesn't seem like I'm restricted to buying gear on this wizard himself for himself. It appears that I'm able to buy myself gear, so I can farm for gold and then do that. The only gear that I can transfer over isn't gear, it's treasure cards, which I'm probably going to end up doing later on, because reasons. So, this is going to be an interesting walkthrough video. Watch as this guy takes all the experience, but oh no, he did a wand, oh thank you. Thank you, young sir. You're almost dead, young sir. You should get some healing. So, that can already help a little bit, considering these guys occasionally will use lightning bug. So basically what you're seeing right now is pretty much what my deck's gonna look like. This is the only colored card that you will, essentially that's the only card you're gonna see me use. Or at least the base attack card, because, let me go check that actually really quickly. Let's see, Wizard101 Central.com. Central.com/wiki, and then check on the ice spells to see which ones are attacks. I do end up getting Frostbite at the end of Croctopia. I forgot that, so I do get a bigger attack spell. I never get my blade, and I never get my trap. I cannot train the elemental blade, and I cannot train the elemental trap. I can't get crowned gear. I can only buy these in treasure card quantities.
You should talk to Sarah Nightshade. See if you
this
can use any help.
This is going to be quite an interesting walkthrough for me. But it is called
Greetings.
Impossible Challenge.
Professor Melinda Wu sent me here to see if the rumors about the fairies are true. The guards won't allow me to go out any further, but they haven't stopped you yet. Would you check for me? Just walk down Unicorn Way and see if you can find any fairies. If they attack, you'd best know how to defend yourself.
And if I do plan on going past Wizard City and planning on going into Celestia, then I have to go and swallowed something. If I do go into Celestia, you know, I'm just gonna read this verbatim and I zoom out a little bit so I can see the entire thing in one go. And I need to zoom out even more because this thing is a small website. Okay, Hardcore Wizard101 Challenge Run. Below is a set of rules and restrictions for those who find the game's main storyline to lack sufficient difficulty. This post aims to create a challenge run of Wizard101 that will push any player or group of players to their very limits. To be completely honest with you, I am not sure myself if this is even possible to complete. Each main rule is broken up into small bullet points to clarify the boundaries of each rule. This is intended to be an insanely difficult playthrough of the game. Rule number 1. You may not play optional content or receive optional items or spells. This includes optional content is included. Any quest, world, or dungeon whose completion is not required for progression through the main story. This includes places such as Colossus Boulevard, Sunken City, Darkmoor, Tusk, or any of the 4 dungeons that I failed to mention by name. Grizzleheim, Wintertusk, Aquila, and Wisteria not be entered. unless required by a main story quest. Crafted gear is limited, as is crowns, henchmen, PvP gear, pets of any kind, mounts and spells, quests, and spells from your professor. Other than spells are spells granted via main storyline quests. Because you are only able to the beginning level spells of rank, which is Imp, Fire, Blood Bat, Thunder Snake, Frost Beetle, Scarab, and something else, I think. Treasure cards are used and can be used frequently. Item cards from gear can also be used. I should also mention that for the Crown's gear, if you're playing the natural playthrough of this run, they are only restricted if you purchase them. If you're farming, if you go to Alacane's Swift Arrow, and he happens to drop Heartsteel, you are perfectly fine, you can use it. No holds barred. On to rule number 2. Your character has 4 lives. Each potion vial you receive through the main quest is 1 life that you have throughout the game. If you are defeated before receiving your first potion or with no full potions, you cannot revive and therefore you lose. Each time you die, you must use a potion. You cannot refill your potions by any means. If they fill up, you must empty them until they represent your current number of lives. You cannot pick up the extra potion available in Kingsisle, as this is part of a side quest. Because your potions are your lives, you cannot use them to heal yourself if you simply flee or you're low on health. You have to use wisps. You can rule 3. Group play is permitted because this is, of course, a group game, but I am going the full hardcore mode, which I will get to a little bit later on, which basically is going to erase rule number 2. Playing with a group is permitted due to the sheer restrictiveness of the challenge. You can play it with up to a group of 4 players, so long as everyone in the group is playing by the same set of rules. You may not dual box, triple box, or quad box by using multiple accounts at once. So that's a lot of my things. And number 4, grinding and farming. Rule 4, grinding and farming are permitted. While
Unicorn Way is swarming with evil fairies?
They are not part of the main
corrupted just as I feared. You couldn't even change them back by defeating them?
Main story
that's really bad.
For gold, items, and or experience. If a main story mob or boss drops crown gear, you may use that piece of crown gear. This is what I said earlier about the caveat.
Apparently, evil forces at work here in Wizard City. Some dark element has emerged, despite Ambrose's attempts to keep us safe. Thank you for letting me know.
Another wizard to
I must
give to your
have my
wizard
friends
running
always
the
tell me
challenge.
I never leave well enough alone. But this time something foul is afoot. I'm sure of it.
The exception
you can help me get
is
to the
any
bottom of
treasure
this
card
curse
that you
upon
wish
Wizard
to
City.
use, which you will almost definitely need to purchase on a separate wizard. Quick tip: to
Do you know
transfer
Lady
treasure
Oriole,
cards
the
between
Seraph?
2 wizards on
She
an
might
account,
understand what
second
happened to the
account if you
fairies.
don't already have one, which you can use for the medium for treasure cards. Trading the first to the medium, and then from the medium to the challenge wizard. The challenge may end with whichever arc you choose. You can decide to be done either after Kingsisle or after Kingsisle, but once you start Celestia, if you choose to do so, you must extend the challenge through to the end of the second arc, Kingsisle and the defeat of Morganth. Additionally, the quest line beginning with the quest Strange Frequencies will be required content if playing with a group of 4, and that is only applies if the challenge is extended to the second arc, and must be completed before entrance into Celestia. This quest was made optional due to its ridiculous difficulty. Was originally required a main quest that leads into Celestia, and it does actually give a lot of lore. That last sentence was just added in by me because it is quite interesting. And here are the optional rules, which I am going to also be trying to play as. Play with one life. Just one. If you die, you have to start over. I cannot use my other wizards to purchase treasure cards. I can only use the gold that I get on this wizard to purchase treasure cards. Even if the heart still drops for me, I cannot use it. No crowns gear whatsoever. I cannot grind for experience. I don't know if it says that I can grind for, I can't grind for experience, but I can farm. And then the final rule of the optional rules is prohibit mounts. I have to go through the entire game of
Someone has come at last. Something has been corrupting my fairies. Since you have come in my... Thank you for coming at this dark time. If you are as brave as you look, I know you will help save my... Please go out to you. I know it is a dark task, but it must be done. Take care, wizard.
Let me equip this really quickly. Oh, what gear do they have? Ah, so I got them all. So, that is the challenge that I'm doing. If I die, even if I die to one of these dark fairies because I go AFK or my game crashes or something, I'll be out of luck. I'll have to start over. It's gonna be difficult when I get to like a Mushu or something. That's also a really good question. I have to go ask them that, because that'll probably be happening later on. I'll be joining up in a random thing, and then someone will come in and edit post. Also, what happens if a random joins our battle or dungeon? There we go. Sorry about the, oh, no, never mind. Yeah, I keep forgetting that the, OBS, it looks bad when it's recording, but it actually comes out decent enough. This is also the first time that I'm recording both the game and my face cam at the same time, so you guys are lucky. You get to actually see my face for the first time ever. Ever. And the reason I did this is because I didn't think there would just be a giant black streak running down the screen where there was absolutely nothing inside of it. So I decided, well, I might as well just add my face cam just to give them something else to look at rather than just having a giant black streak running down. And this also gives the extra added thing of forcing me, or not really forcing me, it allows me to broadcast all my intricate hand motions that I end up doing while I try and hold back my rage, which is going to happen when I eventually die, because I am almost certain that it's going to take me more than one attempt to get through this, and for some reason it unequipped my spell. So, it's slightly, like, I know I've done like 4 challenges before for this, like this. None like this. I know I've... Let me rephrase that. I know I've quit on like 4 challenges like this before. Like, I've done it a lot, and a lot, and a lot, and a lot, but I'm hoping that it's no longer going to be the case. That is a high-level fire wizard, because they use trees. How do they have a good pet? We gotta keep an eye on this health mirror of mine. Gotta keep fighting, Nothing. As you can probably guess by now, I am not a good commentator. And if you want a proof of that, you can just go look back at my other videos. guess. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's randoms just joining in there. And again, it doesn't probably matter right now because we already all have the same thing. We already have all the same thing, which is just our random gear and our level spell. So she's technically speaking, she's still playing by the rules of the hardcore challenge. So technically, everybody has done the hardcore challenge all the way up to the end of Unicorn Way. Because by the end of Unicorn Way, you end up getting your level 5 spell. So yeah, I don't know why my voice came like this. It just came and kind of happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's get these guys. You. I'm trying too hard now. I'm trying way too hard. It's 10 o'clock at night and I'm TTH, trying too hard. There's something wrong with me. There's no reason I should be laughing this much. Yes, completed. Oh, yes, I can sell that for gold. No, speaking of which... Double gold, double. Ooh. What a chest. Nueve gold. Oh, crisp.
You have returned with the fairy dust. Please give it to me so that I can investigate the reason for their corruption.
Lady Ori.
They have been enchanted by something that is undead. This does not bode well. How has evil become so brazen in this place? These are dark times indeed.
People, I do like Lady Oriel's the best. This would admittedly be a lot easier if I had someone else
along the
questing with me
street.
that I could talk
I fear
with
these
on
are being
Skype.
used to trap my fairies and corrupt them.
I mean, I didn't ask anybody, but I don't have anybody to ask to begin with.
Please, you must free the captured fairies from those horrible bone cages before they become corrupted. Go quickly, my friend.
These clash so much. They're so clashy. Yeah, it's so... My aesthetic, it's clashing so much. Someone else already came through here. That's a lot of perfect realms. Never seen that many perfect realms at once. Except I'm playing Sword Art Online. So yeah, this is gonna be the standard video that you'll probably be watching from now on, where you'll see my little face, so you can see my facial expressions. So even though you won't hear me getting mad, you'll see me getting mad. And also, this means that I can't edit the video anymore. So I guess it's weird. I don't know. It's weird. Now I get popped up by the sprite and stopped in my tracks.
You hear a tiny, joyful voice call your name.
I think I remember them changing this voice. I don't think I liked it.
Thank you for helping out the fairies.
No, I do not like
I
it.
did not mean to be evil, but the corruption made them do bad
Could your voice
things.
get any more grating and irritating? Thank you for helping us, friend. Okay, yes, I guess it can get a little bit more irritating and grating.
Now there is hope again, and the fairies will be able to bring magic and cheer to the people of Wizard City once more. Thank you, Wizard.
Why does your voice have to be that way? Why couldn't that have actually healed me? I'm already at full health. Wait, am I? Full health.
We thank you, Wizard. The freed fairies have already told me of your heroism. Your deeds will be remembered here on Unicorn Way.
Lady
And to show my appreciation, here is a healing spell. Remember to add it to your deck so it will aid you in your time of need. We must now find out who is behind the corruption. My fairies whispered of a monster whose bones made a clacking sound as it came for them.
Why do they have to whisper? Why not
Sarah
yell?
Nightchant knows
grabbed
Unicorn Way
by a
very well.
skeleton.
He will know if there is a
Armor.
sinister skeleton that now haunts my street.
Yelling. Why was... Help me. Oh yeah, because that's all they can do. Help me, young wizard, help me. I'm being taken away by Rattlebones. Yeah. Yeah, my voice is just as annoying as that with fairies. So I think for mine, I'm probably gonna... Oh yeah, all the cheats are coming in second semester. Oh man, second semester. Second story arc. My bad. I laugh at my own jokes too much. They're not even jokes. They're I don't even know what to call them. So I'm gonna finish off Rattlebones, and I'll call that the end of this video, even though it won't prove a thing at all. Well, it'll prove something if I die. If I die, then I'll have to start over and I'll have to watch this video again tomorrow with a different type of wizard, because I'm gonna keep changing it, do it 7 times, 7 different times. Ready. So 7 different times if I die anyways. Every time I die, I'm gonna go up a wizard. So I'm gonna go ice.
Lady Oriel sent you
fire,
to investigate the
storm,
corruption of the
balance,
fairies?
life, myth,
I will
death.
gladly tell you what I know. When the dark fairies began to show up,
the video
I had
froze.
suspected Lady Blackhope, but even she has never tried to enchant fairies before.
Okay, the video's back.
Then the fairies
It
gave
looked like it
report
was-
of a
it froze
skeleton?
for a second
Of
there, so I'm a
course!
little
Who else
worried
could
that
it be
it
but
just got cut off.
Rattlebones? Since I grew up here, I know a lot. I do not know yet what
gotta
Dark
stop
Master
doing
has
this
aided
voice,
him, but Rattlebones has taken
I don't
over
know if
my
I
old
can.
friend
My voice is
Delia's
sore
tower.
right now. That was not a good night to start this, but if I didn't do it tonight, I would probably have forgotten to start it.
Find him in the tower and stop
Get
him
a
from making
wand,
any more
get
cages.
boots,
Please, do what you
Get a
can to
wand
save
mount
the
that I get to
fairies.
Sell. Get 33 gold. That's amazing. Here comes the heat. Bring in the heat, even though I'm an ice wizard. I have a robe. I have a robe. I do not have a robe. I have a hat. Got a wand. No mount. Deck. Treasure card. I'm good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my foot. I'm not even trying to do this right now. It's just happening. It's literally just happening. My voice just... Yeah, my voice is just going bonkers right now.
You cannot stop us, wizard. The corruption of the
No, it's
fairies
so
is just the
stuffed up.
beginning of Malister's plans. Soon, Wizard City will fall, and there isn't anything anyone can do about it.
I do like his voice a little bit better though. I like his new voice. It's a lot more subtle than the old one. I think you guys got very lucky. You got to hear my voice transition from being somewhat higher pitched into this low, somewhat Ron Swanson, I think is his name, type deepness where it makes no sense whatsoever as to why my voice got this deep all of a sudden. I don't even understand it. I'm sorry, people. Yeah, this'll kill him. You'll see me leaning in, because as you can tell, the resolution is really messed up with the game. this is probably the easiest boss fight in the game, and then we'll see if I get any good drops from him. Well, he's technically not a boss, he's an elite. We're both elites. Okay, that's 15. Sorry for giving you the ugly view. Alright, coming to light my face. If you say something different, you're thought shaming me. I'm just kidding, folks. It was a joke. Why didn't my phone notify me I got a notification? Thanks for his book. Well, at least I gotta heal now. In and I'm away, and I am only level 2. Oh, what? Oh my God, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. That is some hilarity right there, folks. Level 4, nice. Got a master duel. 4. Let's show something to me though. It's possible. Or wizard. Get onto their account. Unicorn Way, get to Rattlebones. And they have a chance to get an exalted duel. Think about that, folks. You can have a level 1. It was meant in chat. Rattlebones exalted duel. No idea what that means. Go back to their house on Wizard. Chat, they have no idea what they're doing. They just know that they just beat Rattlebones, and then they go in again, and they try and beat them at their home, and they get wrecked in the first round. Just think about that, folks. Think about all the little menus
You
that are
did it!
out there.
Now the fairies will sing again! You bested that wretched skeleton Rattlebones! I wish that was the end of our troubles in Wizard City, but I'm afraid a more sinister evil is still out there.
Now we can blame in our home.
Thanks to you, Wizard, Unicorn Way is in less danger than it was.
I'm gonna use
but we
these
are still not out of the dark woods
yet.
yet.
They give me universal resist.
You should report our progress to Headmaster Ambrose. The news about Rattlebones may help him determine what doom has come to Wizard City.
Even though I'm leveling up for an hour now. Hoo-ha! This will be the end of part 1, and I'm going to continue right after, start part 2. I'm going to upload part 1 actually first. It's about half an hour long, 33 minutes. Yeah, I'm really sorry about my voice. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, congratulations.
You tell the headmaster what...
So, Alistair has designs on bringing Wizard City to its knees, eh? This does not bode well. We will still need to be on guard, lest his evil plans succeed. Thank you for all you have done, young wizard. My apologies for the excitement, young wizard. There are forces at work, making things disorderly. Welcome now to the Ravenwood School. Now, on to your enrollment. There are 7 magic. You can use your compass to find the Ravenwood Tunnel. The main schoolhouses are there circling the great tree, Bartleby. Return to me when you're finished.
I have to go check this up. I'm sorry for pausing the video here, folks. I gotta go check this up. Okay, so enrollment is indeed a storyline quest. I decided to check because sometimes it will do this sort of thing. So I get freezed. I get freeze too. So that is actually pretty cool. I get freeze. I can freeze people in their tracks. I can make them my little statues, and I can control them. Yeah, I can't really do that, but it sounds pretty awesome. Like, imagine if you were actually a wizard and you could freezing people at your own will, because it costs 0 mana to do so.
Jolly good to meet you, new student. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Arthur Weathersfield. I'm originally from Marleybone, which is a much different world than this.
Freeze people in their tracks and have no consequence.
As a lad, I was always interested in magic, but they don't practice magic in Marleyburn. When I got older, I spent many years studying here in Ravenwood.
Go around and freeze everybody that tried to hurt you for 0 pips. I mean, no other school
for the past 10 years, I've been in Crocotopia. I came back to train students in a form of magic called sorcery that deals with the balance of all things.
Assuming you have the card. Just think about all the possibilities that you can do in the world. And no, I'm not talking about stealing from banks. I cannot believe that you would go there.
It is more advanced than the other schools and harder to master, but its power is unbelievable. Come by later if you want to learn more. Cheers!
I mean, think of what the other schools get you. They get some blades, a trap, a heal.
A new student. Welcome to the School of Storm, also known as Divination. For those who have chosen to master this magic are known as Diviners.
More powerful. You still need to get power for the attacks. With me, I don't need to get the power for the attacks. I can just freeze people and shatter them. Well, I'm not a myth, so I can't shatter them.
I'm Professor Halston Baelstrom, Master Inventor.
I can freeze them in their tracks
Professor
and
of
do
Storm
whatever
Magic.
I want to them.
Who can master the power of the Storm Lords and the Seas? Anyone who can harness their creativity.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring my voice now.
You look like a smart one. Check back when you're ready to start learning how to release your inner thunder!
I'm never going to. I don't know why my spacebar wasn't working there. Here comes Lydia Greyrose. Hair in my mouth. One problem of having an awesome beard and mustache like I do.
Welcome, dear. You need to study hard to learn ice magic.
What level is
but
this
I'm
person?
sure you
Probably
will be
high,
great
level
at
100.
it. And I'll
No,
always offer a hand
leave,
if
don't
you
leave.
need it. Come see me later when you are ready to begin your lessons. You have much to learn from ice.
Too bad I'm gonna ignore all of it. Yeah. Off to fire. I still don't have a robe. I need to go get a robe. Gotta cover myself.
Hello. Welcome to the School of Fire. I'm Madame Falmea.
Oh, she's here too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she must be like
You're a
level
new
2.
student here. You definitely have that spark about you. Here, I instruct students how to be powerful pyromancers. But fire can be quite dangerous. We must not be rash, lest we destroy that which we mean to achieve.
Did you learn that from Prince Zuko? Did you, Dahlia Falmea, did you learn that from Prince Zuko? Because I'm pretty sure you did, because that's the exact same lesson that he learned in Avatar The Last Airbender.
Come see me after you have finished your tour. I'm always up for fanning the flames so students can learn more about pyromancy.
What level? Oh, they're a lot higher than I thought. They're level 22. That is actually pretty cool. Got a cool pet, cool wand, cool everything. Kind of got a cool look. That's mostly what I'm talking about. They got cool aesthetics. Or I should say hot aesthetics, because they're fire.
Have you come looking for the Death School? Well, you found where it used to be. This gaping chasm is all that is left after it was torn from Ravenwood.
This actually brings up another idea that I had
It is said
a little
that
bit
Malastare,
earlier.
the Death Professor, caused it to disappear. I'm not sure what happened to the school, but you'll find many rumors around town about it.
Going through the game, and you can unlock schools as you go along. What it pretty much was at the beginning you only have Ice, Life, and say Storm. Storm is your hitting school. Life is your healing school. And
I'm Maloran Ashthorn.
Storm
I don't mean
is
to
your hitting
boast,
school.
but I used to be one of
that's
Malastare's
school
top
that you start
students.
off with at the beginning
Now,
of the game. There'd be
I'm about
7
all that's
spaces
left,
in the
so I try to
entrance-
teach the new
entrance to game
students.
that you could get. And then as you progress through the game, you would unlock the other schools. Like when you get to Crocotopia, you'd unlock Fire. When you get to
So if you want, I can teach you some death
Croc
spells
Sphinx,
or
you unlock balance,
necromancy.
'cause you get the balance
If you're up
school.
for it, stop by
When
anytime.
you get to the 6th school, you get Death, because you get the Death School. Then Myth, because your teacher hates you so much, because Cyrus Drake hates everybody. You get to give Myth until you help him defeat his brother. And then once you defeat his brother, Cyrus becomes a lot nicer. He's able. He becomes a much better teacher. He's much more likely to help you later.
Another conjurer want to be taking the Ravenwood tour? How quaint.
Professor Drake shakes his head in frustration.
I wish they would send us some adept pupils for once. Well, if you wish to attempt to learn some myth spells, like, come back later and I will see how well you pay attention. Now,
I mean, I know I'm probably in a minority for this, because I mean, you did have the redemption arc. The ending redemption arc, but I know there has to be someone else out there that doesn't like Cyrus Drake at all, just like I do. Or just, that came out wrong. Why must you do this to me?
Welcome, my dear young wizard. I am Mulinda Wu, professor of the School of Life. This school celebrates the living, evergreen power of creation and vitality. If you listen carefully to your surroundings, you'll hear life magic all around.
That is kind of interesting what just happened in the background, how the stuff became... Oh look, it got written before the chalk went. That's quite nice. Look, it's getting written before the chalk gets there. That's quite interesting fact.
Just a few notes can lift one's troubles,
Yeah, I went an extra 10
purify
minutes.
one's
I'm sorry,
spirit, and restore life.
It forced me to start the quest. Okay, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me.
Soon I will teach you how. Come visit me when you're ready to learn more.
Anyways, this is, I promise, this is the ending quest. I'm gonna go turn this in, get freeze. I'm not Batman, I can't get freeze. Sorry. I'm gonna get this spell, freeze. This quest, and then it's off, and then I'm gonna go on to the next section. I'm not gonna go on to the next section. Stop the video, and then I'm gonna go on to the next section after I start the video back, after I upload this first part. So, anyways, this has been
Now you know where all your classes are held. I hope you liked all the Ravenwood instructors.
Doing the impossible, the hard challenge given to me by Alison Deathweilder. I hope you enjoyed this part 1 of this. Probably gonna be about a 50-part walkthrough. Or something, I don't know. Anyways, thank you.
If you want, you can wander about to see what all Wizard City has to offer.
And leave a comment down below. If you want to continue and see future installments in
I should mention, though,
series,
there have been some strange events around town. Nothing serious, nothing that a promising wizard like you couldn't
and
handle.
I will do my best to keep this one updated. So than my other challenges, such as my no gear challenge, which I had to restart twice. Anyways, thank you for watching my videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. This is Stefan Frostrider.
So, as a reward for your visiting all the instructors, here is a new spell card. Don't forget to add it to your deck. Oh, goodness, you've only just enrolled, and you're fast becoming one of our brightest students, young wizard.
Signing out.
Dark times call for exceptional people, and I sense you're one.